Today, we're going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Falcons. So, this is a team that has a pretty good offense now that they drafted Kyle Pitts. I mean, you got Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, Matt Ryan still, but a lot of the stars here are kind of aging out. You bring in Kyle Pitts, who's going to be, a generational talent for next 10, 15 years, but the defense is really rough. So this team could win a lot of games this year, especially because their schedule is really bad. As in, like, the teams they're going against are bad, but it could be a playoff team this year. But I think in the long term, this is going to be kind of a difficult rebuild because there's a lot of spots on this team that needs filled. So we'll go ahead and jump in and then look at the roster. Instead of just talking about it on this screen, but we're starting at week 1 of the regular season. Madden finally came out with an update. Yeah, let's go take a look at the roster. We can look at it directly. So, Matt Ryan, who is, what is he, 33? 36, okay. 3 years older than that, so he could retire at any point. But you have Calvin Ridley, who's still 26. He's kind of old. He's going to hit regression soon, but he's still going to be fine because he's 88 overall superstar, and he might even hit X Factor. Other than Calvin Ridley, you have Russell Gage, who's a really good slot wide receiver, but we need more depth at the wide receiver position as well. Running back is kind of a void right now. We need a running back as well. There's no young talent on the running back room. Mike Davis is a really good running back, honestly, really good all-around running back. He filled in for CMC last year, but he's once again an older running back that's already at the point of regression, and he's only going to be here 2 years. I think he signed a 2-year deal. Wayne Gallman, I do like Wayne Gallman, but once again, he's older. He's kind of just like a really perfect backup. So he's a good player, but he's not going to be our starter at any point. Or we don't want him to be our starter at any point, really. The offensive line is kind of a mix of old and young. So you got Caleb McGarry, who's kind of young. Chris Lindstrom, who's really young and good. Matt Hennessy's young and good. No left guard, but Jake Matthews is older. He's on his way out probably. Well, offensive line usually play a little longer, so he could be here for another 5 years or so. But the offensive line needs a little bit of work. But then you got Kyle Pitts, who's 81 overall as a rookie, which deserved. Hayden Hurst, who's actually a really good backup tight end. He was actually pretty good as a starter last year for the Falcons, but it was just because they didn't have anyone else better than him. They traded a 2nd or 3rd round pick for him, which he's a really good tight end. The defense, yeah, this is where the issues really lie on this team. AJ Terrell turned out to be a really good draft pick. A lot of people thought they reached last year, but he looked, at the start of the year, he looked really rough. But as the year went on, he started to look really good. Yeah, this corner room, other than AJ Terrell, is kind of sad, though. The safeties, both extremely old and not that great. I mean, you got Richie Grant, who they drafted, I believe, in the 2nd round. He's probably going to start at free safety for us, actually. Yeah, we can start Harmon over here, but once again, he's another 30-year-old safety that's on his way out. Dante Fowler was an extreme overpay, and we're going to probably try to move on from him as fast as possible. The linebackers, middle linebackers at least, are really good here. I'm happy with both Deion Jones and Oluokun. I believe is how you say that, Oluokun. It's not easy to say. We'll probably start Marlon Davidson here at defensive tackle as well, get him some development. So Grady Jarrett's phenomenal player, 28 years old. A little older, but in Madden at least. In real life, he's got, once again, like another 5 years at least. But he's a guy we want to keep on this defense because without him, we're looking really sad in here. Yeah, we'll set the season goal. I think this team can make the playoffs this year, just once again, because I think the schedule's pretty easy, honestly. When you look at on the left side, so to start off the year, you get the Bucks, which that's not actually who they face in week 1. But because the Bucks face the playoffs or the Cowboys in week 1, but the Giants, football team, Jets, Dolphins, Panthers, Saints without Drew Brees, Cowboys, Patriots, Jaguars, Bucks. See, a lot of winnable games in here. A lot of winnable games. I think they can get to 10 wins with this team in real life. Maybe not, but I think it's possible. I mean, the Falcons have had a horrible past couple of years, but they brought in Arthur Smith, who seems like a really good choice of head coach in comparison to some of the guys that were hired this past year. But so we lost week 1 to the Eagles. Okay, so it was the Eagles. Week 2 is actually the Buccaneers. So that just must be a glitch. with the system right now, but we'll sim to the mid-season point actually. Here we are at the mid-season point, and we are 2-3. Not a great start, especially seeing as how the rest of the division is 5-1, 4-1, and 4-2. So it is good from the sense that we can get a good draft pick, which I'm fine with. Deion Jones getting 17 tackles that week. Because Matty Ice is not destined to be on this team for too much longer. Is there anyone that we want to sign, re-sign on this team? So Oluokun, we'll definitely bring him back. He almost always goes up in development just because he plays that sub linebacker a lot. So he almost always goes up in development. Russell Gage, I'd like to keep Russell Gage around just because we, like I said, have a lack of talent in the wide receiver room. Isaiah Oliver is another guy I'm okay with keeping around. He's cheap, decent corner. Other than that, it looks like, yeah, I'm not really interested in any of these guys. So we're going to sim to the playoffs. It doesn't look like we're going to make the playoffs at this point unless we have an incredible turnaround, but it looks like this first year is just a wash, which I'm fine with. It's a rebuild, so we got a lot of pieces we need to put together on this defense and even the offense. We're going to have to move on from Matt Ryan sooner than later, but getting good draft picks helps with that. Here we are at the end of the season, and as expected, we did not make the playoffs. 7-10, so we should have a pretty decent draft pick. We'll go over the stats, check out how our stats were, but not a great season. Obviously, I said I think this team could make the playoffs, and we went 7-10, but this is the Madden sim, so it's not real life. Matt Ryan had a crazy year, though. He almost had 5,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, a decent amount of interceptions, but you'll take that with the touchdowns. The rushing game was pretty awful. Not much going on there. It looks like Russell Gage had 13 rushes. Okay, I guess it's something with the scheme, I'm guessing, where they run a lot of like jet reverses or something like that. Calvin Ridley had a great year. Russell Gage had a great year from receiving standpoint as well. So you love to see that. Like our two top wide receivers just dominating, and then Kyle Pitts, not exactly the year you would want from him, but not a bad year for a rookie tight end. I mean, he's an X Factor too. As I expected that. I actually didn't know if he was X Factor or Superstar because usually they just do Superstar, but I already see Grady Jarrett had a phenomenal year. 13.5 sacks, 21 tackles for loss. Yeah, like I said, he's going to be around this team for a while. We're going to probably try to keep him for most of the rebuild. Might move on from him at the end, but for now, he's going to be he's going to be our guy. So yeah, he's definitely a piece we have to build around for the next couple years. So we're going to sim into the offseason. We'll check out the season recap at the end of the year, see who won awards and whatnot, but I don't think we won any, honestly. And here we are at the offseason. As you can see, the Patriots actually beat the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. That would actually be a very interesting Super Bowl. Mac Jones versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady going up against his former team. I wouldn't be mad to see that, honestly. So Zach Wilson is your Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Asante Samuel Jr. Probably can't see the full thing because my head's blocking it, but Asante Samuel Jr. is your Defensive Rookie of the Year. Alvin Kamara actually won MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Running backs are winning it a lot this year, so I don't really care about staff moves. I don't think anyone really cares about that. Doesn't really seem like it affects the game all that much. There wasn't anyone I wanted to re-sign, so we can just go ahead and jump into free agency. And we'll see if there's any top free agents. We don't really have much money here. I might go in and see if I can clear up any space, and then I'll see if there's any good free agents that I can sign, but I doubt it, so I might just catch you guys back at the draft. So here we are at the NFL draft. As you can see, we have the 10th overall pick. I haven't really looked at the board too much yet. I wasn't able to get any real big free agents. I was able to move off of Dante Fowler. I traded him for literally peanuts, just to get rid of his contract. Cleared up about 10 mil. Added some depth pieces. I added Connor Williams, but we'll look at that whenever we start the next season. So as far as who we're looking for in this draft, like quarterback would be nice. This guy's an early first round talent, late first round grade or projection. So that might just straight up be the pick. We probably won't even trade back to get him, but yeah, I think that's probably just going to be the pick. Hold on to him, develop him. Yeah, I'm sure he'll still be here at pick 10, just seeing as how he's a late first round projection. Yeah, it looks like both the quarterbacks are here. So Kerry Sharp and Elton Price. Elton Price is interesting because he's a scrambling quarterback with A+ throw power, which is never a bad thing. But this guy has A+ throw power and A- throw accuracy deep, which is kind of incredible for a rookie. So and he's 6'5", 225, fits that mold of just like your big, strong arm quarterback. So I pick 10 here. I think we're going to be happy to take Kerry Sharp. Yeah, 77 overall, hidden dev, number 4 in the class. Even kind of looks like a young Matt Ryan. He's got a bigger jawline though, so you know he's better. He's got that bigger jawline. So I think we're set for the future here with this pick. So we're not going to trade up. We're just going to be satisfied to sit where we are. Just take best available defensive player probably in the second round, depending on what's available. But yeah, I think this draft's already a success because we have our future quarterback here. We can't really move off Matt Ryan yet just because his contract is so massive, but we could even like pick up a wide receiver here just because we lack wide receiver depth. But the defense is the biggest problem with this team right now. Also, we could take a running back also. Now that I think about it. Guys, mid-third round projection. There's actually some defensive guys down the board here. There's also this running back, but I kind of want to take this running back just because his name is Jordan Peele, which is the name of a comedian. So Jordan Peele is going to be on the team here. We're just going to take him. He's slow as hell, 4'6", 40, but he looks like an insane power back. Jordan Peele, welcome to the team, man. I don't know what you're doing in Madden, but I have to draft him just based on his name. He's a 76 overall, which I don't think we're mad at that pick, but yeah, just name value alone boosts him over all the other picks there. So I think we're probably going to take that safety there. Or what about this safety? Oh, he's an early first rounder. So we're going with John Lawton. We need a strong safety. We don't have a strong safety. This guy's a 76 overall hidden dev. So this draft, we're just kind of knocking it out of the park. I mean, you can say we should have taken another defensive player with that second pick, and probably wouldn't be wrong, but actually we had 2 second-round picks. So we still have our third-round pick here too. So we can take another player here, and there's a lot of depth here, so there should still be someone pretty good here. Peter Judge. I think Peter Judge is just the pick. Yeah. Mid-first round talent, right end. And this draft could not go any better for us. He's a hidden dev, number 11, Peter Judge. 70 power move, 79 finesse, really balanced, 84 speed. He's going to fit right in. We're going to start him. He's going to be starting on the defensive line already. I mean, he plays, Grady Jarrett's listed as right end in this scheme as well. So he plays the same position as Grady Jarrett, but we can just move him around and he's going to be starting on that line. But yeah, I don't know if there's anyone else really care about taking here, but yeah, we'll probably take one of these wide receivers and then head straight into the draft recap. There's a lot of second-round wide receivers still left, so might be able to get 2 of these guys, maybe not. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the draft recap with whichever wide receiver I end up taking. Here we are at the draft recap, and as you can see, we had a pretty good draft here. So Kerry Sharp, hidden dev quarterback, looks to be incredible. I'm very happy with that pick. Jordan Peele, got the name value, no hidden dev, but he's going to be a good power back for us. He's probably going to go crazy. He's going to steal all our goal line touchdowns, probably going to have like 10, 15 touchdowns at the end of the year just rushing. John Lawton, hidden dev, strong safety at a USF. So he's going to be starting immediately. Hidden dev, 76 overall already. He's the future of this team. Peter Judge, another hidden dev, a right end. Can never have too many right ends or defensive linemen in general. So the fact that he's hidden dev and we got him in the 3rd round, just insane value. And then we actually got 2 wide receivers here. Neither of them are hidden dev. Cordell Bennett out of Toledo, and then Marquise Bailey out of Grand Valley State. These are just depth pieces, honestly. Honestly, this Marquise Bailey, like just from a stat perspective right here, looks to be kind of a little bit better. He's like your true speedy deep threat. 93 speed, 94 acceleration. I mean, Bennett up here has 91 speed, 95 excel. Better agility, actually, 93 agility. I saw he had really good deep route running. So he actually has worse catching. So the the Marquise Bailey has better spectacular catch as well, despite being a little smaller. Better catch in traffic as well. That's kind of interesting, but as you can see, the route running is better on the top guy. Not significantly though. Marquise Bailey just seems better to me, but it doesn't really matter because we have our top 2 wide receivers. We just really needed to fill out the roster, so we're gonna head straight into the regular season, and hopefully we have a better year this year, or we just have a terrible year and we get another good draft pick. I'm happy with either, honestly. This is a long-term rebuild, so doesn't really matter too much. And we're here at the start of the regular season. We've already gone up an overall, I think, 1 or 2. The defense was a big problem last year. We were 32 out of 32 teams in defense, and it looks like we're going to start the rookie here at quarterback. I was thinking about just letting Matt Ryan start, but he's only 1 overall higher, so we might as well just get the rookie involved. Well, we're also going to get Jordan Peele, the starting reps at running back, and Calvin Ridley did go up to X Factor, which is nice. I'm actually going to start Bailey over our other rookie, just because, like I said, I like him a little better. We did bring in Dalton Schultz. That was one of the guys we did sign. We also signed... I thought I signed Connor Williams, but I don't see him here. So, unless he's hurt. I don't know, but... yeah, this left guard position is a position of need for sure. Jalen Mayfield's the guy they drafted this year, and I'm kind of surprised he's a 60 overall, but... that seems a little low, even for a rookie. And this is his 2nd year as well. So we brought in Brandon Williams as well for just 1 year, just shore up the defensive line. But yeah, this defensive line is actually looking like kind of a force to be reckoned with. I mean, obviously Williams is going to be gone after this year, but Marlon Davidson went down in development. That's a little sad, but these linebackers could still use some work. The outside linebackers, at least. The inside linebackers are fine. My safeties, both young, good safeties. Solid. They'll develop, I'm sure. Richie Grant's still normal dev, which hurts him a little bit, but corners, I should probably look into drafting some corners next year for sure, or some safeties and just converting them to corner, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll just go for 7 wins. That's all we got last year. We didn't even make the playoffs, so, and we're gonna sim to the midseason point, see how we're doing. All right, so we're here at the midseason point. We're doing a little bit better than we were last offseason. Sorry about my dog in the background. She's being nosy and looking out the window. Yeah, we're 3 and 4 here, so slightly better than we were last year. Let's see if there's anyone that needs to be re-signed. Calvin Ridley, obviously. Okay, I saw the first 2 guys are both like extremely important that we keep on this team. So Calvin Ridley, he'll stay, and then Grady Jarrett, incredibly important as well. So I'll even give him 4 years because he's an X Factor now. Let's see if he'll take this contract. Okay, he's happy to re-sign. Chris Lindstrom, one of the guys on the line that we want to keep around. So, yeah, these first 3 guys were extremely important. We kept on the roster. Kendall Sheffield, we'll give him a 2-year deal just because we need corners. We have very little cornerback depth. We'll try to get Caleb McGarry in the offseason, but he's not a major need for this team. We just need a right tackle in general, so... we'll head to the offseason, or to the playoffs, I guess. Maybe the offseason, because we might not make the playoffs, but we'll see. The division's a little bit more contested this year. All right, so here we are at the end of the year, and once again, we finished 7 and 10. Pretty consistent. We're being consistent here. So, once again, my dog is in the window. Don't worry about that. And a rookie quarterback had a solid year. Didn't throw a lot of touchdowns, but he had a solid year. 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. Can't be mad at that. Jordan Peele had a better year than Mike Davis had last year. 895 yards, 8 touchdowns. And he's going to get basically all the reps this year because he's going to be, or next year because Mike Davis is going to be gone. So our rookie quarterback also had 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. So not bad there. Russell Gage actually had a better year than Calvin Ridley this year. So we might see a dev up from Russell Gage, which I wouldn't be mad about. Wouldn't be mad because I did re-sign him for several years. So then Mike Davis was our 3rd down back. 400 yards and a touchdown. Something with the scheme must really put the running back a lot, catch a lot of passes. So that's fine. Peter Judge, our rookie, actually outperformed Grady Jarrett, at least as far as sack numbers. Grady Jarrett had a couple more tackles for losses, but pretty close. They both had really good years on that defensive line. He's a star dev, which not the greatest, but it's not that bad. At least he's a hidden dev. above normal. Anything above normal we'll take. Let's see what John Lawton is. He was our strong safety. He's also a star dev. So it looks like we got all star devs from the draft, but I didn't even check the quarterback actually. Let's check what the quarterback, what his development was. And he's star dev. So everyone was star dev, but it's still fine. It's better than normal. Anything is better than normal. So we'll go ahead and sim into the offseason, see who wins the Super Bowl, take a look at the season recap, and head back into the offseason. All right, so the Chiefs just absolutely blew out the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, dominated them. Kamara is once again your MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, and we got both of the offense and defensive Rookies of the Year. I'm not sure if you can see that, but we got our quarterback up there is Carey, and Peter Judge, the defensive end we drafted. So we got both of the Rookies of the Year, which is nice to see. We'll see if either of them went up in development or if Russell Gage went up in development right here real quick before we head into the offseason. Okay, so he didn't go up. Russell Gage didn't go up. We can actually go over and look at the progression and see if he went up. Yeah, look at this. So this is why Madden is so bad, because why did they regress him there? Why did his development trait decrease? He went up to superstar dev and then immediately went back down to star dev. Madden, how do you explain this? This just makes no sense, and it's killing my love for this game. Like, this game is just not that good, honestly. So this guy didn't go up, so at least he didn't get demoted, but he got a lot of XP, so that's at least something. Jordan Peele's playing down. Okay. On the defensive line, though, we did get Peter Judge. Peter Judge went up to superstar, and AJ Terrell over there. AJ Terrell went up to superstar dev, so at least Madden's letting us do something here. They're letting us do something. Brandon Williams dropped a lot. He was an 82 overall at the start of the season. He regressed a lot, but he's not going to be on the team anymore anyway. We just signed him for a one-year deal, but Richie Grant went 1 overall, so he's gone up 2 overall in 2 years. So hate to see that, but we might just end up replacing him soon. Try to draft a free safety. I'll see if I can pick up anyone in free agency, and we'll check back. If not, I'll just check back in at the draft. So as you can see, we actually did make a couple moves here in free agency. We brought in Marquise Brown just to really beef up that wide receiver room. So now our wide receivers are actually looking really good now that Russell Gage has developed a little bit. It's not as good as when we had, Julio and Calvin, but I never got to do that in this franchise anyway because he's already gone. We brought in Wharton just to play defensive tackle for us. It's not really that big of a signing, honestly. But we brought in Alexander Madison, who's an 80 overall star dev running back. So sorry, Jordan Peele, but Madison's probably going to get the bulk of the work here. He'll be our third down hybrid back, where Peele will just be our short goal line situation back. We brought in Olivia Vernon just for 1 year, and then Kalichi Osemele just in case there's no good offensive line talent in the draft. But yeah, so we made a couple moves here. We're still, the one position we're still really weak at is corner, so we really need to pick up a corner in this draft. So let's jump into the draft and see if there is a good corner for us to possibly steal here in this draft. Hopefully there's one around where we're picking, so we don't have to trade up for him. So the first corner here looks absolutely insane. Darion Tatum, 4.38 speed, just really good combine all around. B+ man coverage, B awareness. And then Kelvin Harris also looks really good. He's more of a zone corner. Tatum more fits our scheme. But they both look really good, these top two corners here. We'll go down here and check. So it's really just these top two guys are just really good looking. No homo. But yeah, I might try to trade up for this. That safety looks really good too. Darion Tatum, he would be a perfect fit for this team. 6'3" as well, 21. He would be here for the rest of the rebuild. He's probably got hidden dev, probably like superstar. I don't know how far we're gonna have to trade up to get him though, is the thing. He's got mid first round projection. Where do they have him as? Number 10. Okay, so we're gonna sit sim a couple picks here. We'll go to like pick 8, and if pick 8 he's still there, then we're gonna try to trade up and get him. Hopefully he's still there. So you got 2 quarterbacks going for the first 2 picks. Jason Levy. Okay. Still there. Shaden Kent. Gil Dotson. 79 right end out of Clemson. Okay. Moment of truth. 1 more pick. And then we'll try to trade up to the Dolphins if he's still there. Okay. So we're going to try to make a trade happen with the Dolphins here. And if I can, I'm absolutely going to be taking that cornerback. All right. So we made a deal here. We had to give up our 3rd round pick. I was trying to move maybe like one of the receivers we drafted last year since we had Marquise Brown. We had Marquise Brown through free agency, but it took a 1st and a 3rd to get it. It's probably worth it. I don't know that there's going to be anyone in the 3rd round there. I didn't really scout this class too much, but I think this cornerback is going to be more than worth the pick here. What about this middle linebacker? He also looks pretty good, but he's a little slow. But yeah, we're going with Darion Tatum, and hopefully, oh, he's absolutely worth it. 78 overall. He looks incredible. He looks incredible. 92 speed, 78 man, 72 zone, 74 play recognition. He looks ready to play immediately. Like he could be our number 1 if we didn't already have AJ Terrell already up to a superstar dev. But yeah, this guy, he looks well worth trading up for. So I'm happy. We lose our 3rd round pick, but it's not that big of a deal when we get probably the best player in this draft. Maybe not. I mean, he was ranked 4th, but either way, I saw the Chiefs just got a 79 overall wide receiver when I simmed forward there too. That's rough. That's rough. They're already hard enough to beat in the sim. You gotta add to it. Madden, really. Yeah. So there's like not anyone really here in this draft. So we might take this wide receiver and just really have a good wide receiver room. The only way to beat the Chiefs is to outscore them, right? So yeah, so we'll take this mid-1st round Clay Whitworth. And then we don't have another pick until the 4th round because we traded our 3rd round pick. But we did get another a hidden dev wide receiver. So 95 speed, 90 excel, 84 catching. He actually has really good stats. 96 agility. Like, this guy is a burner. Yeah, we might play this guy in the slot this year, honestly. Well, we have Marquise Brown, though. So, yeah, we already have a stacked wide receiver room. So it's like, it's kind of sad that this guy might not even get any play. But I really want to play him because he looks really good. Especially since he has that hidden dev, I kind of want to play him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, we're going to send him to the 4th round and see if there's anyone else. I think we're probably going to take that center. I still had a 2nd round grade because we need offensive line depth, and 2nd round's about as good as it gets, right? So we'll just go over here, and he's gone. So we will not take that center. I didn't even see when he was projected to go, but left end. Might take a left end here. We really need linebackers too. Is there any corners left? No. They're all gone. Safeties. Don't have any scouted for some reason, even though I'm lacking depth at the position. No running back scouted. Tyreek Burgess looks interesting. 7.2 grade. We just have a lot of wide receivers scouted for some reason. James Mann. Terrence Young. Yeah, we'll just take this left end and sim to the end of the draft. Brandon Newman. So, not as good as a draft as last year, probably. But this corner that we drafted, off the chain. All right, so I didn't feel like we really needed to look at the draft recap because we only had the wide receiver and the corner that was really that important in our draft. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the roster. We're actually up to an 80 overall, so we're making progress here slowly but surely. I think this is the last year of Matt Ryan's contract, so it'll clear up a lot of cap space for us in the offseason. This wide receiver room's looking really good now that we have Marquise Brown and this rookie. So we might actually play this rookie in our slot just because Russell Gage, he got the superstar dev, but then immediately lost it for whatever reason. Madden decided that he should lose it. So yeah, we might as well start him. He looks like he's like staring into my soul right here. I can't look at him anymore. But it looks like Alexander Madison got hurt already, so he's going to be out for 3 weeks. So it looks like Jordan Peele's still going to be our guy in the running back room. No problems there. So we got Deshaun Wharton here. Almost everyone on the defensive line is a scheme fit except for this guy, but he's pretty balanced, if I remember correctly. He has pretty good power moves. Oh, 71 power moves. So it's not like we're really hurting there on the scheme fit. These outside linebackers, still a problem. Still haven't fixed them. We'll get there eventually. Corners, starting to look better now that we got this stud. Tatum. Safeties, they're fine. We could use a new free safety, I guess, because Richie Grant's just not developing like I hoped he would. But yeah, the defense is starting to look a little better. And we're going to start Whitworth here. He said he stares into my soul at the slot just to get him that development. And we might as well put Peel in on everything here. Yeah, but everything else looks good here. Yeah, we'll just send him to the midpoint and expect some wins this year. I expect some wins this year. Maybe better than 3-4 this time. As it turns out, I should have not expected any wins this time. We are 2-4. I think that's the same as our first season, so not too hot. Might need to change schemes. It seems like unless you change your schemes, you're never going to win games in this game. But I've seen the Falcons make the playoffs before, so definitely want to get AJ Terrell locked up here. Jake Matthews, I'm happy to bring Matthews back for 2 years. I just won. Okay, he wants more money. It's fine. Matt Hennessy, happy to bring Matt Hennessy back for 5 years. Pay him a little bit more money. Okay. Everyone else, yeah, is Matt Ryan's final contract. Not gonna bring him back. He's probably gonna regress into the 60s. If anything, we can just draft a late round guy. Deion Jones is kind of important. It's kind of important to this team, so yeah, we'll give him 4 years. He'll be fine. He'll regress a little bit, but he's too important to this team. He's one of the best linebackers in the sport, so looks like we're gonna have another good pick. We'll send him to the playoffs, see if we somehow pull our season back together. If not, we're probably gonna change the playbooks next year. The offense seems to be doing fine, but the defense, even though we've improved, it's not doing too hot. So here we are at the end of the season, 6-11. It's our worst season so far. Didn't even get 7 wins this year. We'll take a look at the stats. Maybe somebody got hurt. Maybe that's why. Yeah, it looks like our quarterback actually. Okay, so our starting quarterback actually got hurt this year. That might explain some of the play. He missed 6 games, so maybe that explains some of it. But he wasn't really having a good year anyway. 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So kind of a rough year. Alexander Madison, yeah, like I said, Jordan Peele stealing all those goal line touchdowns. Alexander Madison, he missed some time, but still had a pretty decent season. 1,100 yards between the running backs, not too bad. Calvin Ridley, pretty good year. Kyle Pitts, pretty good year. Russell Gage, solid, 9 touchdowns. Never mad at that. Marquise Brown, not really doing what you want out of him, but it's kind of like real life on that Ravens team. So that's probably why they let him go in the sim. I like Marquise Brown. Don't take that as a slight. So Peter Judge out here. He might even get a X Factor. 27 total combined sacks and tackles for loss. Grady Jarrett. Not as many sacks, but he had a pretty good year as far as tackles for loss. Any interceptions here? John Lawton had 3. Star Dev. There are rookie. Where's our rookie here? Darion Tatum. What's his dev? Superstar dev. All right, so he was absolutely worth trading up for. He's already an 82 overall. So, yeah, he might already be better than AJ Terrell. He might have surpassed him. I doubt it, but maybe. But, yeah, we definitely need to change these schemes just because these schemes seem like trash. 18th defense, 18th offense. So, and the team's an 82 overall, so you would expect better numbers out of this team. But we're going to send him to the offseason. There's no one else I really wanted to re-sign. I think there's one guy, so I might re-sign him. We'll check out the end of the season recap, and then we're going to go straight into the draft pretty much. Well, we might sign some guys, so I'm getting ahead of myself. The Chiefs, once again, have a blowout in the Super Bowl. Mahomes is your MVP. We didn't win any yearly awards. So Mahomes wins Super Bowl MVP and regular season MVP. And I'll be back with any free agent signings I might make because we have a lot of money to spend. All right, so as you can see, we actually did make a couple decently big free agency signings here. We got Ezra Cleveland. He's going to be our left guard for the next four or so years. He's like 26. We gave him a 4-year contract, so he's going to be our left guard for the rest of this rebuild. Really shores up that left side of the line. We brought Jake Matthews back on a 1-year deal. 2-year deal? 2-year deal. So Jake Matthews will still be here. Ezra Cleveland's going to be the left guard. Hennessy's going to be our center. Already forgot who our right guard is, and already forgot who our right tackle is. So we'll check that out later. But we brought in Leonard Williams here. We're going to slide him inside and play him at defensive tackle. And then some smaller signings. Ojemudia is going to be our third corner. Willie Gay is going to be our right outside linebacker, and then our left outside linebacker is going to be Anthony Jennings, depending on the draft. If we get some guys in the draft that are better than these guys, then forget what I said. But right now, these guys are going to be starters. So, well, Ojemudia is going to be depth, but he'll still get starting at the slot. So we're just going to head right into the draft and see who's available. We're going to actually have a pretty good draft pick, I believe. So we'll just go ahead and take a look. We're pick number 5, and let's look at our draft board. So I think our biggest position in need here would be either O-line or one of these linebackers. Looks like there's some really good linebackers here. This right end, not as good as you would think. Go down the board. This tight end's not that good either. It looks like a lot of these top guys really aren't worth taking as a top guy. This left guard here, mid first rounder, projected late first round though. So we might actually trade our pick back and try to pick up that left guard. Seems like that'd be a pretty good pickup for us. This free safety, late first round. This doesn't seem like a great draft class overall. A lot of the guys, I bet a lot of these quarterbacks are probably early first rounders. No? Early first rounder, one early first rounder. What about this guy? 4.7 scrambling quarterback. He's early first round grade though, so he's probably faster than he seems. So a strong arm quarterback, late second rounder, is an early first round. So yeah, a lot of the quarterbacks are taking up the early first round grades. So that's probably where most of the talent in this class went to, and we already have our guy. So it's unfortunate, but we'll just try to make the most of this class, and we'll trade back and get some more picks for next year. So we'll just go ahead and sim this pick and see what we can get for the Madden trade system. So we can get 2 first rounders out of this. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and take this trade from the Titans. I don't even need to edit out anything because it's right here. I guess the Saints might be pretty good too. And they're giving me a 3rd. I'll take the Saints pick actually. So I didn't notice actually that I thought they flipped it on me. So they were projecting their next year pick as being at number 17. I thought they had the number 17 pick this year. Let's see who they take with the pick. They took a quarterback. Hopefully that doesn't work out for them. Sorry. But hopefully that doesn't work out for you guys. I think they're in division, so trading with the enemy. So that left guard we wanted is gone because I overvalued their pick. He was a late first round projection, but still can't expect him to be here at this point in the draft. Pick 29. If this guy was he is an early second rounder, but I just don't think it's really worth taking him. I'll come back whenever I decide what I want to do with this pick. All right, so it turns out with that first round pick, I just traded it back again. So I got the Raiders next year first round pick. So we're gonna have 3 first round picks next year. And with our pick here in the second round at pick 5, we're gonna take this center, Matt Eckel, just for some O-line depth. I don't think he'll play this year because I took a look at the roster again and I realized, yeah, we have Chris Lindstrom at right guard, who's an 85 overall, and then at right tackle, we brought back Caleb McGarry, who's 75 overall. So this guy could actually start at right tackle for us. He's a 76 overall hidden dev. Really good pick for us here. So very happy with that. He might even be our starting right tackle, to be fair. Yeah. So I'm happy with this pick. And we're going to have 3 first round picks next year. So things are about to pop off. Trust. All right. So here we are at our draft recap. This was kind of a boring draft for us because we did trade back twice. We had a 5th overall pick, but we traded it back twice, managed to pick up 2 first rounders next year, so we'll make sure we make good use of those next year. But we still managed to get Matt Eckel, 76 overall center, hidden dev. And then we also in the second round or third round actually, picked up RJ Waters, a left tackle, who's also hidden dev. So just a lot of like offensive line depth here. This Matt Eckel is actually going to start first at center because he was already higher overall than our current center, Matt Hennessy. And I moved Matt Hennessy out to right tackle, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense, but he's going to be our starting right tackle. So we did actually manage to get this defensive tackle in the 3rd round as well, at the end of the 3rd round, 77 overall, but he's a normal dev, so it's not going to see much play time, honestly, because we moved Leonard Williams to the inside, and I already went ahead and moved people around. We got a couple other guys. I didn't really stick around for those, but I made the first 3 picks, and they're all right. A lot of depth, a lot of guys that they're going to make this team better for the future, so can't be too mad about that. Then we'll take a look at the roster. Looking pretty good. The offensive line coming together. Waters might be our future left tackle if Jake Matthews regresses enough and this franchise goes on long enough. Wide receiver room still looking pretty good. Halfback room, Peel is actually looking better than Madison. But these linebackers still haven't really addressed them. We brought in Willie Gay, which is something, I guess. I really should. I mean, one of these picks next year, I have 3 first-round picks. I have no reason not to address this linebacking, outside linebacker position. But the defensive line is absolutely insane. We got this guy we drafted, who is a X Factor. We got Grady Jarrett, who's up to an X Factor. Then we brought in Leonard Williams, who's an 87 defensive tackle. We got 2 superstar corners. Brought in a star dev, Michael Jumudier, and Isaiah Oliver's not too bad either. Got a strong safety who's a superstar. And then Richie Grant, who just hasn't developed for us. So pretty solid on defense, though. We've brought it up a lot. And I did change the schemes this year, so hopefully those work a little better this year. We'll find out, I guess. We'll find out. We'll move this guy up to slot. So we're just going to go ahead and sim to the mid-season mark and see how we're doing there, just because we already took a look at the roster, and I expect decent things out of this roster. So I'll see you guys at the mid-season point, see how we're doing. Hopefully, the scheme changes at least get us somewhere. We're not going to sim 10 years, but I'll see you guys at the mid-season point. And here we are at the mid-season point, and it turns out the playbooks didn't seem to do much for us because we're 2-5. So we might have to change up the playbooks again because we are an 84 overall roster, but we're 2-5. So that's depressing. That's depressing. Year 4, we're still not winning games. The Cowboys are undefeated. The Patriots are undefeated. This is rough. It's rough. I guess we'll sim to the end of the year and just hope that we somehow have a miraculous comeback, but I'm not betting on it. This division's actually kind of rough too in simulation, so a lot of these guys are really good. I'll resign our major guys here, and then I'll catch you guys at the playoffs, and hopefully we turn our season around, but I highly doubt it. So see you guys there. So here we are at the playoffs, and we did not make the playoffs. Turns out the schemes did not help too much. I tried changing them again at the mid-season point, and still did not help our cause here. We're looking pretty awful. Our quarterback, not a great year here. Not a great year. Didn't miss any games with injury. He just had a kind of bad year. Threw for a lot of yards, but not a lot of touchdowns and a lot of interceptions. So he kind of turned it around because at the midseason point, he was 10 interceptions to 9 touchdowns. So he turned it around for sure. He only had 7. He went 16-7 from the midseason point, but still not what we're really looking for there. Run game, not that great. Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts are the only good parts of our offense this year. And then let's go check out the defense. The defense was also atrocious, but we had a lot of sacks, so that's something. Not a lot of interceptions, or how many fumbles did we make? Two fumbles. So the defense was still atrocious. The offense, not much better. So we're going to have another good draft pick. That's the only thing we can look forward to here. We got everyone re-signed that we needed to re-sign. Got Kyle Pitts back. That was the main one. That was mainly just Kyle Pitts. Everyone else wasn't really a concern for me. So we'll sim to the offseason. We'll look at the recap, and then I'll head into free agency. Try to round out this team, and hopefully next year is our year. Because this has been such a failure of a rebuild so far. Yeah. So let's take a look at this recap, and then we'll head straight into free agency, and I'll see if I can pick some guys up. Yeah, so there's your recap. No, we didn't get any awards. Yeah, and I'll see you guys if I pick up anyone in free agency. All right, so here are the guys I signed in free agency. I did get J.J. Watt. It's just kind of like a why not? We had the money to do it. Why not? Just have an insane defensive line. No one else was really that interesting. There's never any good linebackers for me to pick up, so can't really address that position through free agency. So as I've said already, I said it the first year, I need to address these outside linebackers. So hopefully in this draft, there's some really good outside linebackers that I can just take. And I have pick number 3, so that's probably because we were bad. I don't know if that's our pick or if that's one of the picks we traded for. Looks like it's our pick. So We're not going to trade up. We're fine picking where we are. There's a good left tackle here, but as I've stated, we need... Okay, so yeah, we had the 3rd overall pick, and then we got the 17th and the 22nd from the Raiders and the Saints. So I see a right outside linebacker already, Emmanuel Waller, Peter Hansen, a middle linebacker. We can move to outside linebacker. John Pierce, another one. He's probably going to be one of our picks. Will Dorsett. He's really fast. Late first round talent, but really fast. So this will probably be one of our picks, Cordell Moorhead. So I don't think we actually need to make this pick again. I think we trade back this pick. Get another first round pick next year, because the way this franchise is looking, we're going to need a lot of first round picks to... we're going to have to get to 90 overall before the game starts taking us seriously. So, so we can get pick 14 from the 49ers, and then their next year for first round pick. So we'll take that. We'll get to the middle of the draft, and then we'll just have 3 picks right next to each other, and we'll use these on linebackers and round out this roster, because the roster is pretty much complete, honestly. Like, and of course the right outside linebacker goes right before our pick. That's kind of funny. We'll go ahead and take Sean Pierce here, just so he doesn't go. He's an early first round talent. Yeah, he's well worth it. We'll move him to one of the outside positions, and then we'll draft probably another linebacker, just so we have no excuse. We might draft that other linebacker that's right there. We'll see if the Buccaneers are... Okay, he went to the Rams. 1 pick before us, but not too big of a deal, because there's that other right outside linebacker as well in the 2nd round. So I don't need any defensive line. Like, my defensive line is just absolutely insane. I don't even know why I'm looking at them. I'm just kind of looking at all these players, see where they fall in the draft. This guy's really fast, but... So I guess we're just going to go ahead and... It's not really a reach because he's a mid-first round talent, but just so we have no excuses, we're going to take this right outside linebacker here. Move the other guy to left outside linebacker, and I don't know what's going to happen with Willie Gay, but probably want to get the young guy starting, so... I don't even know what to do with this last first round pick, so maybe we take the safety, move him at free safety, and he plays over... I don't even remember the name of our free safety at this point, because he hasn't done anything for us. Next to nothing, at least. Has never gone up in dev and is still like in the 70s, so kind of... Actually, okay, he's a late first round talent. We might take him too, just so we're just stacked at linebacker. I've ignored the position for all these years. Might as well make up for it. And there's another left outside linebacker, so yeah, we might just stack up on the linebacker position. But maybe we take this running back. No, he's kind of slow. Yeah, I guess we just take Richie Grant. That's the name of the safety. There we go. Yeah, we'll just take Michael Monroe here. Probably start him at free safety. Yeah. And we have a early second round pick. Where was that left outside linebacker? He's mid-first round talent. But where's he projected to go? Can I hold off on taking him? The 3rd round, late 3rd round. Kind of risky to wait, because he could go. But do I need another linebacker? Do I really need to like triple up on the position? Maybe. I don't want to take any of these running backs either. They're kind of not that great. They're either slow or just... Okay, we'll just take this left outside linebacker, and he's a hidden dev. Nice. So maybe the middle linebacker will keep at middle linebacker and just play him as our second, because Aluakun is getting up there in age. All these words are so hard to pronounce. I'm struggling over here. What are the Falcons doing to me? Dante Queen, is that Patrick's brother? Okay, so there's a corner here. We're going to take this corner, and that's probably going to be our last pick here. I'll see you guys at the draft recap. I'm going to move the strong safety over to free safety, and then, yeah, that'll be our draft recap. All right, so here we're at the draft recap. As you can see, we went linebacker heavy in this draft. John Pierce, who's a hidden dev, looks to be potentially our best pick here. Michael Monroe, we moved from strong safety to free safety, who's also hidden dev. He actually has some really nice stats. He's really fast, hybrid archetype. Cordell Moorhead, right outside linebacker, went really, like I said, really linebacker heavy. I didn't make any pick after this corner. 75 overall, pretty decent. So the CPU seem to do okay for us. 69 overall, right end, nice. Yeah, let's take a look at the roster. I made one final change to the schemes. I just looked at whoever had the best defense, and so we're running with the Seattle defense. We went to a 4-3. Here's the offense. Quarterback had a great rookie year, hasn't really developed since. Jordan Peele, still running with him, and Alexander Madison. Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage is down to normal. Whitworth is going up. Marquise Brown, I think he's been an 84 since we signed him. He hasn't moved up or down, so consistent, I guess. Offensive line, this might be Jake Matthews last year. It definitely is. We only signed him for 2 years. The offensive line is looking pretty good, though. Not too many weaknesses here on the offensive line. Jake Matthews is our biggest weakness, and he's going to be gone after this year. So then we check out the defense. Like I said, we moved to a 4-3. So Pierce, we're going to put him as... actually, we'll move him to right outside linebacker. That'll just probably move him up and overall. Let's do that real quick, and let's see what he goes up to. Right outside linebacker. That way he gets those starting reps too. Sorry, Willie Gay. I'm a big Willie Gay fan in real life, but for this franchise, yeah, 77 overall. So he didn't move, but yeah, he'll get those starting reps. He'll get some development. And then look at this defensive line. So this is kind of an insane defensive line. We have the guy we drafted, Peter Judge, right end, Grady Jarrett and Leonard Williams on the inside, and then J.J. Watt on the other side, who's still playing at an 87 overall. These corners are looking pretty good at corner. They're playing down with Dev, so they're both 87 overall and then an 85. No Jamudier is 79. He's not playing down any. So got another hidden Dev safety. Got our superstar safety on the other end, and then let's go to over here. Let's put Whitworth once again in the slot. And yeah, I think we're looking pretty good over here. Let's get the rookie Greenwood. He's hidden Dev. Get him on the edge. We should probably put one of these guys on the edge, honestly. I'll do that, but yeah, we're just going to sim to the midseason point. I'm going to put J.J. Watt on the edge. He doesn't need to play interior. Grady Jarrett and Leonard Williams can play interior, and then J.J. Watt can play on the rush right end. But yeah, I'll see you guys at the midseason point. All right, here we are at the midseason point, and we're having our best season so far at 4-3, which is kind of sad to say. I think we had a 4-3 season previously as well, but defense is finally starting to click. The offense, at least the passing game, is clicking. That's something. But we're sitting at an 86 overall, 88 offense, 86 defense. You would expect, better record than this, but we're in a tough division still. Look at the other teams. Saints are 2-4, Bucks are 2-5. So we have a real shot at making the playoffs this year. We'll see if there's anyone we want to sign. I think that right end, yeah, Peter Judge. So I'll sign these guys, get as many back as I can, and then we'll jump into the playoffs and see if we make the playoffs this year. Hopefully we do. All right, so here we are at the playoffs, and as you can see, we just made the playoffs at 9-8. It's progress. We finally made the playoffs despite an 87 overall roster. We're probably going to lose in the first round of the Cowboys, even though they're only an 80 overall, just because that's how Madden Sim works. We actually got a weekly award that last week. Probably our quarterback, yep. 439 passing yards and 4 TDs. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, we just barely made this playoffs. I bet we're the final seed. Let's look at the playoff bracket. Probably the last seed here. Yep, we are the 7th seed, as you can see. So we just barely squeaked into the playoffs. I'll take it after not making the playoffs for 4 straight years. Yeah, we'll take it. Go over and look at our stats, I guess. Patrick Mahomes threw for 6,000 yards. So we had the number 11 offense. What was our defense? The 6th defense. Not bad. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, and our quarterback was hurt for, looks like, a couple games. Our quarterback was hurt for 6 games again. Is he still hurt? Tell me he's not hurt. Okay, so he's healthy. He's healthy, but so our quarterback missed some time, so that could have been why our record was even worse. So combined, we threw for 5,000 yards and 46 touchdowns. So backup actually did not a bad job for being 65 overall. So our backup filled in pretty nicely for us. Not bad. The rushing game, pretty much non-existent. Pretty much non-existent there. Receivers, Clay Whitworth stepping up big, and Kyle Pitts having his best year for us. Marquise Brown having his best year for us. But Calvin Ridley missed 6 games. That's why these other wide receivers had such good years. Happy to see that Marquise Brown finally did some stuff for us, though. Let's see how many sacks we got. The sack numbers definitely went down. The tackles for loss up. We had a lot of tackles for loss. You'd expect more out of this defensive line, but yeah, a lot of interceptions for Ojemudia. A lot of interceptions for Ojemudia. How many fumbles did we force? 3. Okay, well, it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. Our quarterback's back and healthy, so hopefully we can win this playoff game. Fingers crossed. We are 7 overall, higher than the Cowboys. Let's see if we can beat them. And we do not. We lose by 3, so at least we made the playoffs this year. That's something. Sim to the offseason. Check out the season recap. See if there's anyone we would sign in free agency. I only locked up a couple guys. I didn't re-sign JJ Watt or Leonard Williams, so we'll do a roster glance and then pick up some free agents and head straight into the draft. This next year is probably going to be the last year, sadly, even though we've only made the playoffs once. We're pretty far into this video and we haven't seen a lot of progress, but just because the Madden sim hates me. Here's the season recap. Joe Blue is your defensive rookie of the year for the Bills. Joe Blue, what a great name. Andy Schaefer for the Titans, offensive rookie. Can't see that. Zeke MVP, and Patrick Mahomes, offensive player of the year. Bradley Chubb won defensive player of the year, and the Ravens win the Super Bowl. So at least it wasn't the Panthers. At least it wasn't the Panthers. So yeah, I'll see you guys with any free agency moves we make, and then we'll head straight into the draft and draft a couple guys. It's not really going to matter too much. Like I said, this is going to be the last year of the rebuild. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Okay, so as you can see, we kind of went a little hard here in free agency just to try to fill any potential hole we have. A lot of these guys are just depth pieces, but we brought back Leonard Williams. We brought Jadeveon Clowney in, be our left end. Yeah, so we're just trying to really load up for this next season since it's going to be our last season. We're an 85 overall. We're sitting right now. I don't know if that's boosted with morale, but this team has come a long way, but we haven't made a lot of progress. So let's head into the draft, see what draft picks we have. We should have 2 draft picks, I believe, because we traded back again. So we'll have 2 draft picks to work with here. Just try to take anybody. There's no one really no pressing need this team has. So we're picking 19. We'll just take the best available players here and hope it's enough to put us over the top this next year. So what's even here? Defensive tackle, late first round, not really worth taking. Seth Polk, 4.25. I have to take this guy just based on his speed. That's insane. 77 overall, hidden dev, 97 speed, 96 speed acceleration. I just see how fast this guy was. I just had to see, and it's insane. 88 change of direction. That's kind of a little slow compared to everything else, but yeah, this guy's a burner. If this was, I kind of want to just keep playing just because this guy is insane, but no, I think this is gonna be the last year's rebuild. That would be a fun guy to play with in a rebuild that you play every game. Looks like all the talent here is in like wide receivers, but we could actually use, and the safety is definitely the best available player, but we can definitely use a receiving back. Just to have an insane running back room, Tyrell McCauley. So now we have a stacked running back room. Shouldn't have any holes in the running back room. And I might trade up to get that safety, even though we don't need him whatsoever. So I'll trade up to get that safety, and then we'll send to the end of the draft. And I'll see you guys at the draft recap, and I'll show you what that safety is in the draft recap, because there's no way I'm not going to trade up and get him. So see you guys soon. Here we are at the draft recap, and as it turns out, I did not get that strong safety because he went the next pick. I didn't trade up. I just wanted to see if he would go. I wanted to trade up to pick 32, but he went at pick 31. So to the Panthers, division rival. He was a 76 overall hidden dev, but once again, we didn't need him. So I just stayed my ground and took this quarterback in the second round in case our quarterback gets hurt for the 3rd time in 5 years. So he'll be a decent backup. He's normal dev, but he'll at least be able to fill in if our quarterback gets hurt. Probably better than anyone else we could have had. So yeah, we got the running back, we got the wide receiver, sim to the end after that. These guys, all kind of trash, so I don't even know if they'll make the roster. I don't really care. So we'll check back in at the mid-season point. Actually, let's take a quick look at the roster. Take a look at the final roster for this team. This is going to be the final roster. I'm not making any more trades or anything like that. So in free agency, got Allen Robinson. We drafted this insane wide receiver. Hopefully he looks kind of dumb. But man, these faces, these faces. One guy was staring into my soul, and then this guy just looks like he's got to ask me a question or something. Yeah, Kyle Pitts is up to a 99 overall. I don't know when that happened. If it happened last year, I didn't point it out. Our quarterback's up to an 89 overall. We got this backup. The offensive line. We're starting Waters now. Moved on from our previous left tackle. But the offensive line's pretty solid all around. This guy from last year actually turned out to be a superstar X Factor, Greenwood, and he's a scheme fit as well. So that turns out to be a great pick. I don't think he went up in dev either. I think this guy was just already X Factor. So turned out to be an insane pick for us. We went hard on the position and it paid off. Pierce, star dev. So across the board, we're looking pretty good here. I should probably move Grady Jarrett, or I guess we could just move Clowney into the inside. I guess it doesn't really matter. This scheme fit there. So corners, looking pretty solid at corner. Never got an X Factor corner, but we had 2 superstars the whole time. So safety, got a superstar. Not the best defense I've ever built here, but it's pretty solid. I don't draft a lot of X Factor defensive ends, so it's nice that happened. I guess he was a superstar when he started. Maybe he was even just star. He just went up to X Factor though, but that still doesn't happen a lot for me. So we're sitting at an 84 overall, 84 defense, 85 offense. I don't think that's really with any morale. So if we get the morale up, we could get up to like an 88 overall, I bet. But yeah, I'm going to see you guys at the midseason point, and hopefully this is our year. This has to be our year. And here we are at the midseason point, having our best season to this point, thankfully, saving my sanity. We're 5-2, leading the division currently. Love to see it. Let's check out the midseason stats right now. Looks like our quarterback's up there. He hasn't gotten hurt yet. Knock on wood. 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 2,000 yards at the midseason point. He's only played 7 games, so those are really good numbers. Let's check on him, make sure, okay, he's not hurt. So hopefully it stays that way. Alexander Madison has 6 touchdowns. Not bad at the 6 touchdowns in 7 games. Clay Whitworth doing pretty good for us. I'm guessing he's our slot. So Kyle Pitts also doing really good for us. 5 touchdowns, 500 yards almost. So yeah, this is our best midseason point so far. So let's get to the playoffs, and hopefully we make the playoffs. And then from that point, we might jump into some games and just force our way into a Super Bowl, because at this point, this franchise has been hopeless. But this year's giving me hope. And we're here at the playoffs once again, just squeaking in. Despite starting 5-2, we finished 9-8. So if I find out the quarterback got hurt again, I'm gonna be mildly annoyed. But we won a weekly award. Probably our quarterback. Yeah, Kerry Sharp, 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. Oh, and Grady Jarrett had 3 sacks. So both of the weekly awards there. Let's take a look at our yearly stats. Kerry Sharp had 5,000 yards, 41 touchdowns. I can see that right there. It looks like he did not get hurt. Yeah, he played all 17 games. Good to see. 41 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. Did our defense just collapse or something? Like, how did we lose so many games? Their quarterback is putting up insane numbers here. 2,000 yard receivers, and Kyle Pitts had almost 1,000 yards and almost 10 touchdowns. Then here on defense, so we're not getting any sacks. Peter Judge had 20 tackles for losses. So we have a lot of tackles for losses, but no sacks. Decent amount of interceptions, just like kind of spread out all across the board. Any forced fumbles? No forced fumbles at all. So I don't know. Maybe the Seattle playbook was not the move. I don't know. They had the best. I had the most success with them, but let's take one final look at our roster, see how people are playing with morale. And then we're gonna jump into the game. We're gonna sim it for the most part, but if we need to jump in, we will jump in, absolutely. So this guy his dev never popped. Fog of War, about 100 snaps off, so he's playing up pretty high though. Okay, so Matt Hennessy is hurt for 4 weeks, so he would be back around the Super Bowl time. If we make the Super Bowl, Macaulay, the running back we drafted, is actually superstar dev, the receiving back. It's pretty cool. Defensive line, I'm guessing Clowney. No, he's not hurt. He's just not playing on the defensive line where I put him. Okay. That's fine. Tatum, I guess he's going to be our number one because for some reason AJ Terrell's playing down. I don't know why these guys are playing down. I guess the defense really was just the issue. I don't know why. Looks like a pretty good defense to me. But yeah, let's jump into this game against the Bears because I'm 100% sure we're going to lose it if we don't jump in. So let's jump into the sim here. We're sitting at an 87 to their 83. I don't see Justin Fields up there. It's weird. I feel like Justin Fields should be in their top 3 players at this point in the franchise unless they somehow let him go or he just didn't develop. I don't know. But here we are in the game. So let's see what the Bears do on their first drive. They did not score. Neither did we. Okay, we scored a field goal. The Bears score a touchdown. Okay, we answer back immediately. And we get an interception. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to need to jump into this game. Let's just jump forward to the end of the game. I don't think we're going to need to do anything because we're dominating 31 points in the first half. So, yeah, there we go. Bears finally score another touchdown. Oh, they're making it interesting, but that's the game. 34-21. We get our first, is that our first playoff win? Okay, the first playoff win of the series. Of the, yeah. Of this video at least. Skip to the end here. I don't care about any of these. I don't care about Tim Conrad. I'm sorry, Tim. Don't even think you're a real person. But we get our first playoff win. I believe, yeah. Last year was the first way we made the playoffs. And this year we're going against the Lions in the divisional round. So let's see how this goes. They're an 84 overall? 81 overall. They had an 84 defense, I think. AJ Hodgins is one of their top players. Penei Sewell. But OJ Howard. Wasn't he originally on the Lions? And then... No. That was Colts tight end that became a Steelers tight end. Eric Ebron. That's who I'm thinking of. Eric Ebron. Was a top draft pick for them that didn't pan out. But then had a really good year with Andrew Luck. And then... went to the Steelers and didn't do anything, really. Not much at all. Can't say he didn't do anything, but he wasn't the player they hoped he would be. So this game seems to be going pretty good as well. All right, yeah, I think I can just sim to the end here. I think we'll be fine. Just jump forward to the end of the game. I haven't had to jump in yet. Thought I might have to. Ooh. Oh, okay. Actually, we are going to end up jumping in. We give up 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes, and the Lions pull ahead by 1. So let's jump in here. I don't know what happened there. I think we had a turnover, but yeah, let's make sure we seal the deal here. I almost thought I threw an interception immediately too. So they have an injury timeout there. Yeah, my guys are gassed, despite the 2-minute warning and the injury timeout. Oh no, nobody's open. Go deep. Oh, Whitworth with the hops there. Okay. Ridley's a little tired, unfortunately. Okay. Honestly, we can just take a field goal here. Run the clock, take a field goal, get our win. The chew clock on, just try to get a couple more yards for an easy field goal. Ooh, okay, that scared me. I almost thought. I'm throwing some risky passes here. Like, they're not that risky, but they're risky enough to scare me. Just can't turn the ball over here, and we should have a dub. Should be in the NFC Championship, as long as we don't make a stupid move. So that injury timeout comes back to hurt the Lions. Not that they can help it, but oh no, Madison's tired. We've had like 6 timeouts, and Madison's tired up in here. More likely to fumble if he's tired. All right, we're fine though. Okay, so we can run the clock down here. Run it down to the very last second. They can't ice us, thankfully. Call timeout. We'll take our field goal and our win as long as nothing fishy happens. They want us to run the ball. Not gonna happen. I'm sorry, Madden, but we're just gonna take our field goal here, and then hope that nothing stupid happens in the next like 9 seconds. Yeah. If I miss that field goal, I don't know what I would do, but yeah. So we'll take our field goal here, and then we're just gonna sim. Okay. Nothing fishy happened there, so we're in the clear. We're in the clear. Marcus Parks, don't know who that is. Probably someone they drafted randomly. Jared Goff isn't the franchise quarterback. How sad. But we're heading to the NFC Championship. It's finally happening, guys. It's finally happening. Kyle Pitts. Okay. Going to the NFC Championship. Let's see who we're going against. Let's see who we're going against. The Dallas Cowboys. So we're definitely going to jump into this game as well. We're probably going to anyway, just to make sure. But don't want to lose to the Cowboys again. We are 6 overall higher than them. They have no right beating us. So Kyle Pitts lacking a little bit there in the blocking, but just an insane wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb had a pretty good year. All right. Cowboys start off. We stop them. We score a touchdown. Get the ball back. Score another touchdown. Looking good so far. The Cowboys finally answer back. Looks like we got an interception or some kind of turnover there. Score again before the half. They're not able to match us. And then we have a turnover and they get a touchdown. Okay. Right? This game, it's a close game. Still a close game. We're scoring on every drive pretty much, but so are they. All right, so we're able to stall them out there at the end, and I didn't even have to jump into this game. We just won, so that one feels good. That one feels good. We didn't even have to jump in. For some reason, we had to jump in against the Lions, though. So probably gonna face the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. It's always the Chiefs, almost always. Yeah, but we can pull this off in the final year here. We can do it. It's time for redemption. Watch it be the Patriots. Watch it be the Patriots. Okay, it's the Ravens. So bird versus bird. It's a bird Super Bowl. We have somebody returning from injury. I think it's Matt Hennessy. So good to see that. So 87 overall versus their 84. They do have Lamar Jackson though. So we're gonna make sure Falcons win this though. There's no way the Falcons are not winning this. I will do whatever it takes to make sure the Falcons win this Super Bowl. Right, the Ravens start off with a touchdown. Let's match them. Let's jump in here for the first drive and just make sure that the Falcons don't mess this up. We're going to get this route to Kyle Pitts. He's going to take it to the house. I'm calling it right now. Kyle Pitts is going to take this to the house. Okay, maybe not. Fuck it. Oh, almost. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Kyle Pitts got to be out there somewhere, right? It almost worked out. Almost worked out for us. Okay. Kyle Pitts going to be open in the corner? No. Calvin Ridley is, though. Touchdown. 2 plays and a touchdown. All right. And the Ravens match us. So we're going to jump right back in. We're going to jump right back in. This is going to be like the Cowboys franchise where I had to match the Chiefs blow for blow. I will do it. I will absolutely do it if I have to. Okay, Calvin Ridley. Block, 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 block. Okay. Never mind. 1 play, 1 score. We're in this. We're playing in Hard Rock as well. Dolphin Stadium this time. All right. Finally. The defense is coming up with some stops. Okay, not there though. The offense is doing fine without us, kind of. Only 2 seconds. So let's try a Hail Mary here. Hail Mary to Kyle Pitts. Let's do it. 2 seconds left in the half. Nothing to lose here unless they somehow return this. Oh, okay. I was trying to go behind the Hail Mary there just to try and like maybe get that bounce, but the defensive back got the bounce anyway, so Oh no, and the glitch happened. Okay, so if you guys don't know, if you turn the ball over, or yeah, if, like have a turnover on downs right before the half, this was a problem in Madden 21. So it was a problem last year, and it's still a problem. If you turn the ball over right before the half, whether it's an interception or turnover on downs, any kind of turnover, then the other team will get the ball to start the half, even if you're supposed to get it at half. So I don't know why that's still in the game, but it is, and it's annoying because we were supposed to get the ball at the halftime, and instead the Ravens got it and then just ended up scoring on us. So I don't know why that's still in the game. I don't know why Madden is still the worst company, or EA is the worst company when it comes to making their video games, but they are. This was supposed to be the year that they made major improvements, and it's still trash. I mean, I love football, that's why I play it, and I love simulation, which is why I play it, but Madden is so trash when you compare it to 2K, who's like done so much work on their games. Like, it's not even close. It's really not even close. EA is just really dropping the ball. But we're not going to drop this Super Bowl. So like I said, we're going to do whatever it takes to win this. We're in the fourth quarter here. Oh, okay. That could have been bad. That could have been bad. But luckily it wasn't. We're fine. We're fine. Give the ball to Kyle Pitts. Let him do his thing. Calvin Ridley's actually been huge for us in this game, and he's going to be huge for us again on this play. They cannot cover Calvin Ridley. Love to see it. Our X Factor is just putting in work for us. We're just sending Kyle Pitts to the end zone here. Who's going to cover Kyle Pitts? No one. Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess whoever that safety is going to try to cover him. At Deion Jones there on the sideline. Okay, Ridley got his X Factor lit up. A good route here. And he gets it. Okay. Calvin Ridley, unstoppable with this game. He is not going to be denied a Super Bowl. His 4th receiving touchdown. Calvin Ridley. Okay, we're going to try to put the game away here. Try to put the game away here. See if we can do it. Right. They had an injury. Patrick Queen. Come on. They're faking injuries to stop the clock here. Can't tell me. Man. Even in Madden, they'd be playing. Oh. Is it the dagger? The dagger for Ridley? If Ridley is not the Super Bowl MVP, then there's something wrong with the algorithm, because Ridley is outplaying the quarterback. Like, the quarterback would not be playing this good without Ridley. 252 yards, 4 touchdowns. This is Calvin Ridley's game. We're going to give him the ball here. We'll seal the deal. All right, that'll take us to a 2-minute warning. That should be game as long as we don't have a turnover here. As long as we don't have a turnover here. Bucket. Calvin Ridley, 5th touchdown. We're just going to run this in. That was kind of risky there at the end because he could have easily fumbled. He could have even fumbled it out of the back of the end zone, but that's the game. That's the game. Oh, I didn't even... the celebration's always the same. We'll see who the Super Bowl MVP is, and then that'll be the end of this franchise. We finally were able to do it. They had to force their way to the Super Bowl, kind of. We probably would have lost that Lions game, but we did it. Skip to the end here. Skip to the end. 45-34. Didn't choke the Super Bowl this time. Come to next week and check out the final recap. Final recap, and then we'll take one final look at the roster. We did it. Had to force our way in, but we did it. So yeah, Calvin Ridley is your Super Bowl MVP. Well deserved. Well deserved. We didn't win any yearly awards, which is fine. We won the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. One final look at the roster, and then we're gonna sign out of here. Yeah. Sharp went up to superstar dev. Got your wide receivers looking pretty good. Whitworth went up to superstar. Got this superstar running back. Sepulk turned out to be a star dev. He didn't regress, did he? Okay, so he didn't regress, so he was always a star dev. Then on the defense, was Pierce a superstar? I don't think he was, so we got another superstar on defense. Safety was a star. So honestly, going forward, this team could win even more Super Bowls, but we got our one. We're 2 hours into this. It's time to stop. It is time to stop. All right. Catch you guys in the next rebuild.